Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers coming up next.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
And we all know about the Browns' quarterback history. All the starters have been worked out in Cleveland since the franchise was brought back. Yet in only one season, Deshaun Watson, he's finally given his franchise a quarterback who could lead them to their first Super Bowl. Even by his standards, he's exceeded expectations since arriving in that trade with Houston.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Now Watson. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Holding offense.
Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there.
Still second down.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. This is Hunt on the draw play. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
He's got a man. Complete. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about it, Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. They're led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
You don't need to give a guy like this motivation, but that's exactly what Cleveland did when they moved on from him this offseason. It has fueled a remarkable year elsewhere for Mayfield, who is in his first Super Bowl and the leader of this team. Truly a remarkable turnaround from where he was half a year ago.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Watson looks to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Hunt. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
York now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. One quarter done. 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 14-0 is our score. And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And Thomas has it. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Returnable for Grant. Gets around him. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Second down, here's Chubb again. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now it's Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Mayfield now. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 30 on second down. Watson, throw left side, complete. That's Grant. Jakeem Grant, touchdown, Browns. Jakeem Grant, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 21-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. And Anderson's got it. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Throwing, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room, maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Let's go, baby. Playmaker, step up. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan.
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And it's been the passing game that's gotten them to where they are, 2 quarters away from a possible Super Bowl title.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
Well, if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Mayfield to throw it. He's got the connection to Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And again, it's Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Right there in coverage. Credit Greg Newsome with getting a hand on it.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. To throw is Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Jeremy Chin there defensively.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Watson now to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Watson. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Chubb running right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd down and 4. Watson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's brought down. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Just 1 more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you...
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, fourth quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. To return is Roberts. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And Thomas has it. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Here's 2nd and a yard. Mayfield. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's a completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield into the hands of his receiver Anderson.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Desperation time, Mayfield on fourth down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And this Browns defense stands tall. And the Browns getting set to go. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, what are they, about 95% chance of winning?
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. Now here's the option play going left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra, coach.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Chubb. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain an 11-point spread. And that miss should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, they needed 2 scores, and they needed that field goal there to be the first one and still give them an opportunity. But now, with the time left on the clock, I think this one's about finished.
Mayfield and the offense now. Down 21-10, a little over a minute to go. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Baker. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Mayfield. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crowd. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.